What's up, you guys? Cruiser67 here. Sorry I haven't uploaded a video in a very, very long time. Well, whatever. I've been busy and stuff. So I'm finally in our new place. We moved, and I'm so sorry I didn't cast this duel that I'm about to show you. I'm showing right now. This is a replay of a duel that I just had like right now, but the deck is so incredibly fantastic. Like, guys, you have no idea. If you guys haven't checked, I subscribe to a lot of YouTuber channels, and I'm subscribed to your Yu-Gi-Oh channel. And your Yu-Gi-Oh channel just came up with a deck idea around revolves around using Dustons and Goblin King to create an OTK. And if you guys don't know what Dustons are the worst possible cards ever. They can't be used for synchro fusions or as material, and they can't be tributed. And they all have these really bad effects. Like the red one, when it's destroyed, the controller takes 500 damage. The green one, you send a spell or trap card back from your field back to your hand. And this one is you target a card in your graveyard and shuffle into the deck. Okay, that's not that bad, but guys, he made Dustin's the best. So in this video, I'm gonna put a link in the description below. He gave a bunch of support cards that you could he used to make a Dustin OTK deck, and I was like, oh my god, this deck is complete genius. I'm gonna try it out, and I did, and I'm just gonna go and show you guys what happened. So here I'm playing against Nordics, and I drew pretty broke actually. Let's see, wait. I drew Goblin King and House Duston, and this is basically what the OTK revolves around. You get House Duston out. House Duston gets destroyed, and its effect is when it's face up on the field and it's destroyed by opponent's card. So either by battle, and if it was face up at the start of the battle phase, or by a card effect, and it's sent to the graveyard. You can special summon any number of Dustin monsters of your choice from your hand or graveyard to anywhere on the field, but you have to special summon an equal number on each side. So you'll see what happens. Like he also actually drew pretty broke. He got out Valkyrie and two other Nordics at the same time. So he's going for first turn Odin basically. But I dropped Maxi, so I was in a good position. Let's just keep on playing. And he puts swords out, and I'm like, okay, that's completely fine. I have heavy. And he goes for Odin. It's completely cool. Like, don't even worry about it. So check it out. Trag was just a plus, but now House Dustin's effect activates. I'm able to summon all these Dustons to my side of the field. So like double green, a yellow, and a red, and the same number of Dustons gets summoned to his. Not the exact same Dustons, but the same number of Dustons. So because I special summoned 4, I was able to special summon 4 on his side of the field. Now for some reason my green Duston goes bye-bye. Like, I don't understand that, but whatever. It's cool. Check it out. Now, this is the perfect field, because now I can normal summon my Goblin King. And if you guys don't know what Goblin King does, Goblin King is, its main effect is that the attack and defense of this card are equal to the number of Fiend-type monsters on the field, excluding itself, times 1,000. Now, Yellow Dustin's a Fiend, House Dustin's a Fiend, Red Dustin's a Fiend, Green Dustin is a Fiend, and obviously Trag is a Fiend. That means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dustins on the 8 Fiend-type monsters on the field. And this would be a problem. His swords would be a problem if I didn't have Heavy Storm, but because I have Heavy Storm, you'll see. So I heavy, and I summon Goblin King, and Goblin King has 8,000 attack. And wait, all the Dustins have 0 attack. Oh, OTK. Right there. Like, that's an insta-win. The guy was so freaked out, it was like, what? And we went game 2 after this, and I'm going to show you guys this. So, as you can see, oh my god, when you draw broke like that, and you just completely win so hard, like, that's the main potential of this deck. It's to OTK, and that's just incredible. So, here, I didn't draw that well. This game actually went a bit longer than the other one. Oh, I mean, honestly, I didn't draw that great. Although I did draw Duality and Avarice. Not bad. So, he goes first, sets Torrential and Super Mega Hamster. So I decide to Duality. And I take BLS thinking, okay, I'm going to set Kinkabayu, it's going to go to the graveyard, and I'm going to summon House Dustin, and it's going to go to the graveyard, and then I'll have a Dark and a Light, and I'll be able to go for BLS and just deal 6k damage because I'll have all my Dustins in attack mode, right? Now my thought here was to go, okay, I was gonna go red Dustin, summon, and then creature swap, because at least then he'd have a monster that he was not able to use at all, and at least I'd have whatever he had face down. But he torrentialed, so not the greatest thing ever. I love how he's playing swords in a Nordic deck, though. That's interesting. I'm surprised he set this. Like, I'm not actually sure what I was thinking here. Oh, I was still thinking about using creature swap plus red Dustin. Okay, that's why I was thinking that. But then I kind of misplayed there. I didn't realize that Kinka's effect, Kinkabilia's effect, is that when Kinka is removed from the field, it removes from play the monster that it's special summoned. You guys don't know what this card is. It's a spirit monster, so it comes back to your hand during the end phase at the turn that it's normal summoned. And Kinka is when it's normal summoned, you can special summon one monster from your graveyard. And this works well with the PIPER engine, but this also works well with the Dustons. Now I didn't know that, but I didn't know the removing from play thing, so I think I kind of misplayed there. But at least I got his Valkyrie. So he summons Vanitas, just goes for the 1,000 damage, and I didn't realize he had set both of these, but I had heavy, so I was okay. So I drew into Goblin King, and now I was basically set. I had Goblin King plus red House Dustin. All I needed for him was to destroy. I could have normal summoned House Dustin right now, because then I wouldn't have been that bad off, honestly. That would have made the game actually a lot faster than it turned out to be. If I would have normal summoned House Dustin now, and then just waited until he attacked into it, I would have been fine. Because see, now he synchros up into Stardust. And Stardust doesn't really hurt this deck at all, but I still take 1,200 damage. That's no fun. But I decided to go and use my thing here. Actually, no, I messed up here. I should have used Space Typhoon to destroy either one of his cards, and then he probably then he would have used Stardust effect, and then I would have Heavy Stormed. And that would have been smart on my part. But I kind of messed up, so it's okay. I normal summon House Dustin, and I had my turn, so I'm good. I didn't realize that this was a bottomless, and that actually hurt me in the end. But now my House Dustin gets its effect, and here I can only summon two Dustins to his side of the field because he only has two monster slots available. So yeah. Oh yeah, here I misplayed again. I had Yellow Dustin was sent to the graveyard, and I had what's it called? I had House Dustin. However, and I would have been able to go BLS if I would have kept House Dustin in the graveyard because it's a light, but because Yellow Dustin's effect to shuffle a target back in the deck is mandatory, I kind of had to do it, so it's okay. So he syncs up, and he messes up also. He tries to blow up his entire field and get rid of my Dustins, but he misplayed and he activated Stardust effect to destroy it, so it's so cool. So here, I'm kind of messed up, but at least I still had another House Dustin, so I was fine. I decided to let him just attack into my House Dustin. Didn't realize he had Mirror Force, sadly. But see, the first time when I misplayed with my Heavy and my Space Typhoon, it kind of messed up the entire game. But it was okay. So now, I tried normal summoning Goblin King, and it got summoned, but he bottomless, and he was able to bottomless because although Goblin King has 0 attack, its attack gain, well, it doesn't really gain attack like Tragodia, but it says that the attack and defense of this card are equal to, so it gets the attack immediately when it's summoned, so bottomless does work on that. But at that point, I had a Dark and a Light in the graveyard with House Dustin, so I was able to go BLS, and that would have been okay had it not been for his Mirror Force. So then, yeah, I should have just banished Stardust, even though it wouldn't have made it really that big of a difference. So he puts all my Dustins in defense mode, and that's pretty sad. That's pretty bad. I mean, considering the fact that the OTK works when you attack with Goblin King into a Dustin with 0 attack. So I'm thinking of maybe playing Stop Defense in this deck. That would work, I think. But right now I'm okay. I mean, I have Gores plus Double Battle Fader. However, I can't really use Gores because I only have 900 life points left. But the Double Battle Fader really helped. At this point, I was just waiting to... See, he uses Avarice now. I was just waiting to use my own Avarice, but I only had these 4 monsters in the graveyard. But you'll see, the Avarice actually really helps me out a lot. He returns his card, summons his Vanitas, thinks it's game, but I'm like, no way, it's Battle Fader time. And I didn't actually know this card existed. Nordic Relic Gungnir. It's actually really good. He removes from play a face-up Asir or Nordic monster and select one card in the field and destroy it. And that kind of stops a play of mine right now. Because I drew into 1/1. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of my dead Gores and summon a Goblin King, which will have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4,000 attack. I can get over his Stardust. I can get over his Vanitas. I was fine. Now I attack his Vanitas, but he just activates his Gungnir. And I realized it doesn't matter. And I thought, oh, I shouldn't have attacked his Vanitas. But at that point, I was like, wait a second. Even if I attacked Stardust, he still would have been able to chain Gungnir and get rid of my Goblin. But that's okay because now I have enough cards to use Avarice, which I do. And I return BLS. What is it? I return BLS, both my Dustons, well, all of my Dustons, and my Goblin King. Yeah, that's it. And I drew into this, and which wasn't so bad. I had like triple Battle Fader, so I was okay until I got something going. But the red Dustin, I really wish I would have drew into BLS, but I get BLS later, so it's okay. So I drew into Goblin King. That makes me very happy because now Goblin King has 3,000 attack and has enough to get over his Stardust finally. And as you can see, he really doesn't have anything right now in his hand. So and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go for my OTK now. I'm gonna attack into Vanitas and then attack. And I realized, wait, if I attack with House Dustin into Vanitas, I'm gonna kind of lose. So I was like, okay, well, I kind of misplayed there because if he would have summoned this, I don't know why he didn't summon this. Because if he would have summoned this, I would have been like done. He misplayed here, and this is why I won. Just saying. At least my Goblin King gained 4,000 attack. So I got Piper, and I drew into Duality, and I duality'd into I don't even know, BLS, Chaos Stork, and Trag, I think. Yeah, and I took BLS because I was like, well, I have a Dark and Light in the graveyard now. I can overextend and win. Yay. So at this point, I was like, fuck that. I'm just gonna go for my BLS and just win. And sadly, I wasn't able to do this yet. And now, but like this is the only problem with destroying all of the Dustins is that Goblin King's attack goes down dramatically. Like it only has 1,000 now. But I drew into another Goblin King and I was like, yes. Man. Okay. So Goblin King attacks, and then he's down to 2,700. And at this point, he really doesn't have anything. He's got Judgment plus Legislav and MST and Starlight Road and Burial from different dimensions. So like he really doesn't have anything. And he just gave up at that point. So I hope you guys like this video of Dustins in action. I mean, this Dustin deck is honestly the coolest thing ever. I'm not lying. I mean, the fact that you can use tiny little monsters that are super, super bad and still win is incredible. So I hope you guys like this video. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. More videos coming up soon if I get the chance, because I'm working a lot and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, hope you guys have a nice day. Hope you guys like the video. Cruiser67 signing off.